There's something powerful about a man who's lived. A man who doesn't flinch, doesn't beg, and doesn't chase. A man who carries himself like he's seen storms and walked through fire. That man, especially if he's older, isn't trying to impress anyone. And that's exactly what makes him irresistible. Women are drawn to presence, not noise, not flash, not status updates, presence. And nothing builds that presence like Stoicism. In today's world, where everything is loud, fast, and fake, an older man who moves with silence, depth, and discipline becomes a magnet. He doesn't react to drama. He doesn't crumble when ignored. He doesn't play games. He lets his habits do the talking. Younger men chase attention. Older men, who understand the game, command it. Women respect a man who is rooted, who stands still while the world runs around looking for validation. The truth is, you don't need to be rich, ripped, or ridiculously charming to attract quality women. You just need to carry 5 habits that make you untouchable. These habits aren't magic. They're discipline. They're mindset. They're actions repeated daily until they become who you are. This video is not about gimmicks. It's about transformation. If you're an older man, or becoming one, these habits will make you magnetic, not just to women, but to everyone around you. This isn't theory, it's strategy. It's how you move, how you speak, how you sit with silence, how you respond under pressure, and how you protect your peace. Every second you live with these habits, you become more of a man. More rare, more respected, more desired. Let's get into the 5 habits that make an older man irresistible. Follow these, and she won't be looking anywhere else. She'll be trying to understand why she can't stop thinking about you.
1. Emotional control. A man who can't control his emotions is a man who can't control anything, and women know this. The moment a woman sees you losing your cool over something small, snapping at the waiter, getting upset when she doesn't text back, ranting about your ex, she instantly categorizes you. She won't say it out loud, but she puts you in a box labeled weak. Older men who are truly attractive are emotionally calm, not fake calm, not pretending. Real stillness. You don't let things rattle you. You don't over-explain. You don't react to every jab or test. You observe. You breathe. You respond when it's necessary, and when it isn't, you stay silent. That silence, that's where power lives. When you don't hand out your emotions like cheap candy, people realize they have to earn your attention. That's when they start chasing it. Emotional control is your anchor. When she's chaotic, dramatic, uncertain, your stillness tells her she's safe. Not because you say it, but because she feels it. And if she doesn't feel safe with you, she will not surrender to you emotionally or physically. The way you master emotional control is by detaching your self-worth from what's happening around you. Whether she's hot or cold, whether work is up or down, you remain consistent. Stoicism isn't about being emotionless. It's about owning your emotions so they don't own you. You don't cry about spilled milk. You clean it up and move on. When you're disappointed, you don't sulk. You recalibrate. When someone insults you, you don't explain yourself. You let them talk and keep walking. That kind of discipline takes time. But when you build it, women notice. They test you less. They respect you more. They lean into your energy because it's rare. Most men break under pressure. You lean back and let the storm pass. That's irresistible. That's stoic. That's masculine. 2. Strategic silence. One of the most underrated powers a man can develop is silence. Not awkward silence, not passive silence. Strategic silence. It's the silence that says, I'm not desperate, I'm not chasing, I'm not here to entertain you. When you speak, it has weight. When you pause, it builds tension. That's what separates a man who's desired from a man who's dismissed. Most men overtalk. They feel the need to fill every quiet space with jokes, compliments, stories, or nervous chatter. Women see right through it. It screams insecurity. But when an older man uses silence with purpose, it forces her to lean in. It makes her curious. It makes her work harder to get a reaction, and that's exactly what pulls her in deeper. Silence makes your words more powerful. When you speak less, you become a mystery. And women love a mystery they can't solve. The man who doesn't reveal everything keeps her imagination working overtime. The key is not just to shut up, it's to use silence with intention. When she asks a question, pause before you answer. When she's talking, listen fully without interrupting. When there's tension, don't be the first to break it. Hold it. Let her feel it. This takes practice. It's uncomfortable at first. You'll feel the urge to jump in, to say something to fill the void. Don't. Let the silence do the work. That's where your power sits. A man who doesn't rush to respond shows that he's grounded. He's not afraid of what she thinks. He's not seeking approval. He's not on edge. That's attractive. Strategic silence is also how you protect your energy. You don't let people drain you with meaningless conversation. You speak when it matters. You move with intention. You don't argue to prove a point. You let fools talk themselves in circles while you maintain your frame. When she pushes, you don't push back. You stay still. That stillness creates gravity. It pulls her in. Most men speak to impress. You remain silent to intrigue. She won't understand why you have this effect on her. She just knows your presence lingers longer than any joke or compliment ever could. That's real game. 3. Calm, physical presence. Your body speaks before your mouth ever opens, and most men don't even realize they're screaming insecurity with every movement they make. Fidgeting, nervous laughs, quick, jerky gestures, shifting around like a boy who hasn't grown into his own skin yet. A woman notices it all. An older man who's irresistible moves differently. He's still. He's grounded. His gestures are slow and deliberate. He doesn't try to take up space. He owns it without trying. When he walks into a room, he doesn't need to announce himself. People feel him. That calm presence, it's rare, and it's magnetic. You don't need a six-pack or a perfect jawline. You need composure. You need to move like nothing outside of you controls your inside. Whether you're at dinner, walking into a meeting, or sitting across from a woman, your physical presence should speak for you. Sit back, shoulders relaxed, chin up, eye contact steady but not aggressive. No need to scan the room or shift every 5 seconds. Just be there, fully there. The man who is fully present is the man who's most remembered. Your energy should say, I'm comfortable with myself and I don't need your validation. That alone puts you ahead of most men. And when she sees that, she starts to wonder, what's different about him? This is what Stoicism looks like in the body. Composed, collected, precise. You don't rush to grab her hand. You don't flinch when things get intense. You hold your posture like a man who's been through storms and doesn't fear the weather. Practice this daily. In the mirror. In public. In solitude. Breathe slower. Move slower. Be intentional. Make silence your foundation and stillness your shield. A woman may be attracted to looks, but she bonds with presence. If your presence calms her nervous system, she'll crave you and not even know why. You'll be the one she can't forget. 4. Controlled attention. Attention is currency, and most men go broke trying to spend it everywhere, liking every post, replying instantly, watching stories, chasing her with compliments. Women are not impressed by men who are always available. They're drawn to the man who chooses where he places his attention, like a king selects where he walks. An older man who understands this doesn't give attention freely. He's selective. He's intentional. He watches without reacting. He observes without needing to comment. And when he does give attention, it lands with weight. That's what makes it valuable. The problem with most men today is they don't realize that constant attention kills mystery. It makes a woman feel too safe, too quickly. She hasn't earned anything, and yet she's getting the reward. That's a mistake. A man with controlled attention knows how to make a woman feel seen without being predictable. He doesn't double text. He doesn't chase for replies. He doesn't reward hot and cold behavior. He notices, but doesn't always react. That's power. That's what makes her think about you when you're not around. Because you're not handing her a drug of constant reassurance. You're letting her sit with the silence, letting her wonder, letting her work for a response. When you give your attention too easily, she stops valuing it. But when you pull back and let her feel the absence, she starts to crave the presence. You're not punishing her. You're just respecting yourself. Controlled attention is how you shift the dynamic. It's how you remind her that you're not another man looking for approval. You're a man who chooses who gets access to him. That makes her invest. That makes her chase. That makes her feel alive. Because deep down, every woman wants to earn a man's attention, not be handed it for free. Keep your attention sharp. Focus it like a laser. Let it be something she works to receive. That's when she knows she's in the presence of a rare man. A man with options. A man with discipline. A man she doesn't want to lose. 5. Mastery of time. A man who controls his time controls his life. Most men waste time chasing things that don't grow them. They linger in conversations that go nowhere. They reply instantly to women who don't respect them. They let their days get hijacked by distraction. And when a woman sees this, even if she doesn't say it, she feels it. This man is not in command of his world. But when an older man walks in, one who values every hour, every task, every breath, he sends a different message. I don't waste time, and I won't let you waste mine. That's magnetic. Women respect a man who isn't available every second of the day, not because he's playing games, but because he's busy building. He's not checking his phone 20 times an hour. He's not jumping into long texts. He doesn't scroll mindlessly. His focus is clear, and his schedule reflects it. If she wants time with him, she has to fit into a life that's already full of purpose. That's what separates him from the rest. Mastery of time means your life is built on intention. Your mornings aren't random, they're structured. Your evenings aren't wasted, they're recharging you. Every part of your day has meaning, and that structure builds strength. When a woman sees that you have priorities beyond her, she leans in. It might confuse her at first, even frustrate her, but deep down, it draws her in. Because a man who guards his time is a man she can't control, and women are drawn to men they can't control, but deeply respect. You don't cancel plans for attention. You don't delay your gym, your work, your mission to be liked. You keep moving forward, with or without her. That confidence, that unshakable direction makes you stand out. When you say you're available at 7, you mean 7, not 6, not whenever. When you say you've got an hour, it's an hour, not a desperate 3. Respect your time and she'll respect you. Waste it, and you'll become just another man she forgets.
6. Non-reactivity under pressure. The real test of a man is how he handles pressure. Not when things are easy. Anyone can smile when the sun is out. But when things get heated, when someone challenges him, when she tests him, when life throws a punch, what does he do? Most men crack. They overreact. They raise their voice. They try to explain, defend, prove. But the older man who's irresistible does the opposite. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't defend. He doesn't fall into emotional traps. He stays calm. He breathes. He watches. Then he speaks, if he even needs to. That non-reactivity is pure power. It tells the world, I don't panic. I don't fold.
I've been here before. That's the kind of energy women find addictive. She might yell, she might test, she might accuse. But when you don't match that fire with more fire, when you let it burn out on its own, she starts to trust you more. It's not about suppressing your emotions. It's about not letting them lead you. Reactivity is weakness. Control is strength. The reason this makes you irresistible is simple. Women live in an emotional world. They feel deeply. They think in loops. They often overanalyze. They don't want a man who adds fuel to that. They want a man who stabilizes it. When she's in her storm, you're the mountain. That's what makes her want to come to you, not because you fix her problems, but because your energy feels like safety. You don't threaten, you don't sulk, you don't beg, you decide, you lead. You stay grounded. This habit is what separates boys from men. You could be physically average, financially stable, not flashy, but if you master your reactions, you become top tier. She'll feel it in the way you pause before responding, in the way you don't get triggered, in the way you don't chase chaos. Most guys lose it when tested. You pass the test without even reacting. That's what makes her lean in closer. That's what makes her think, he's different. That's what makes her feel that she can finally relax. Because she's found a man who doesn't need to prove anything. He already knows who he is. 7. Silent standards. A man's value is measured by what he tolerates. Most men talk about what they want. They make long lists. I want respect. I want loyalty. I want peace. But when it comes time to enforce those standards, they fold. They let disrespect slide. They reward bad behavior. They stay in situations that drain them. Why? Because deep down, they're afraid of being alone. But the older man who commands attention doesn't need to talk about his standards. He lives them. He doesn't say, I don't tolerate disrespect. He simply goes silent when it happens. He doesn't argue. He doesn't explain. He removes himself. And that silence speaks louder than any speech. That's what Stoicism is. It's not loud. It's not emotional. It's consistent. It's calm. It's firm. Women don't need a man who controls them. They need a man who controls himself. And nothing shows self-control more than a man who walks away from anything that costs him his peace. Silent standards don't mean you're cold. It means you've already decided what kind of energy belongs in your life, and you don't negotiate with chaos. That makes a woman respect you on a level most men never reach. She knows that if she wants to be close to you, she has to rise to your level. She can't manipulate. She can't play games. She can't test you endlessly. Because you won't fight to stay, you'll simply disappear. That kind of quiet power is rare. And when she feels it, she doesn't want to lose it. She might push, she might pull, but deep down she knows this man has options. This man is not afraid of distance. This man values his peace more than her presence. And that's exactly what makes her want to stay. Because she knows that being in your space is a privilege, not a right. When you live by your standards silently, you become a mirror. You show people who they really are. You don't have to say a word. Your actions teach them how to treat you. That's power. That's stoicism. That's what makes you unforgettable. Being an older man in today's world is not a disadvantage. It's a weapon if you know how to use it. These 5 habits aren't gimmicks. They're foundations. When you master emotional control, strategic silence, calm presence, controlled attention, time discipline, non-reactivity, and silent standards, you don't chase women. They chase you. You don't beg for respect. You command it. You don't seek validation. You become the source. This is what makes you irresistible, not just to women, but to the world. Stop talking. Start living. Let your habits do the talking. Be the man she can't shake, can't replace, and can't forget.